Hey guys, Ryan here. So this is the first episode in a new series I'm going to do called Ryan Reviews. What this means is I'm going to be taking viewers' gameplays, I'm going to be taking gameplays from top players, from myself, whatever. I'm going to be reviewing them, I'm going to be breaking them down. And this very first episode is going to be a viewer that goes by the name Versheisty. I got this off of their YouTube with their permission, of course, and I'm just going to be going over some key things I see and just breaking it down. So right away after he lands, he's going to end up getting in a gunfight, and I want to talk about a couple good things he does and a couple bad things he does. Now, first things first, he plays cover extremely well. Watch how well he plays cover here. You see how he's actually moving in between cover, going side to side. The main bad thing he does though is he doesn't stop shooting here. So when the guy goes behind cover, he just continues to spray the SMG, and that is not a good thing. What you want to do there is you want to just fire some shots, and when you see him behind cover, wait for him to re-peek and feel and be in control. But overall, the way that you played that gunfight was extremely good, and I really like the way that you use cover, because that is what I mean by positioning is everything. So right after he kills that guy, he hears someone on the boat, and I have to really compliment the pre-aiming here and how smart it was played. Instead of rushing it and putting yourself in a bad position, you waited for them, you just found the right spot, and you just made your life easy. They just walked into your sight and you got a free kill. However, what I don't like is that you're taking this weird route to get to him, and you're giving him a lot of time to plate, get resources, and potentially beat you there. What you should have done is just instantly found the fastest route to get to him and just went for the kill. It ended up working out in the end, but if you give your opponent time to revive, if you give your opponent time to plate and all of that, it's overall not a good thing. You want to cut down and eliminate those pockets of opportunity for your opponents. So I want to go back and talk about this gunfight you had on the ship though. So you see the guy, you go behind cover, you do a jump shot out of cover, and then you do a nice little strafe backwards. All of those things, the jump shot, the strafe backwards, the way that you were playing cover, those are all really good things, and I really want to point them out so you know to keep doing those things and to keep working on them. So I don't have the audio playing in the background, but it's clear from the way that you're playing that you do think there's someone still on the boat with you, because I assume you can still hear the footsteps, and I like the way that you take a cautious approach. You make sure to clear your open angles by Nova, and then you start to slowly push in without being too aggressive. I think it'd be good to introduce some slide cancels into your peaks, but just look at that. You snapped onto the kid, you gunned him, and you put him down. That was very nicely played, and I was very impressed with that. I will say if you just add in some slide cancels outside of cover, maybe some jump shots here and there like you did in that gunfight, it would really kind of help your survivability. So spoilers for the people watching, he is about to die in about 10-20 seconds here, and this is really just an unfortunate gunfight and something he really shouldn't feel that bad about, and this is something I'm sure a lot of you are going to relate to when you watch this clip. He's going to know the guy's there, he can hear him, and his bullets are just going to barely be above this guy's head. He easily had that gunfight. It was just those millimeters that was slightly above his head that saved this person's life, and he really ended up playing it extremely well. That exact type of gunfight is the exact type of gunfight that you will inevitably win by just putting in time. When you just get better aim by playing a lot and playing a lot over time, those are the gunfights that you'll win because you will hit those shots. That is a gunfight that I promise 2 to 3 months from now you will almost guaranteed win. We're going to skip ahead to when he grabs his loadout, and I do really actually think this is a really good loadout for solos. This was before the Swiss got nerfed and he's running the OTS with the Swiss. And the reason why that's good is because even though the OTS isn't that good in the mid-range, and wow, that was a really nice quickscope, then you pop the stim to close the ground, and then you push him. That is exactly what I was talking about on the boat thing, but you just did it perfectly. You got that person weak, and then you didn't even give him an opportunity to win the gunfight. He couldn't grab a loadout, he couldn't stim away, he couldn't grab a tempered class. You closed the pocket of opportunity, and that was perfect. We're going to skip a little bit ahead now, and he's going to know someone is below him, and he's going to get a really good position here. He knows that person's below, and instead of just actively engaging, he's going to get the high ground early while the circle pushes, and watch how he uses cover. He peeks cover once, and instead of peeking from the same angle, he peeks from a different angle, gets the high ground, and wins the gunfight. So now I also believe he's going to hear someone beneath him. Maybe he doesn't hear him, but he's going to inevitably run into someone within like 5 or 10 seconds or something. I'm pretty sure. I just was rewatching this a second ago. Yeah, here you go. Watch. He's going to chase him down. He's going to do jumping around the corner. So he's going to be ready to aim it when he gets it and not just sprinting. And then he ends up pre-aiming this flawlessly. Pre-aiming is one of the biggest skills I'd recommend for people to practice, and this is a good example of why. It just really left his opponent no opportunity to win that gunfight, and he was just able to aim down sight and just pull the trigger when the guy walked into his sight. We're going to skip ahead, and what I want you to focus on is once again his centering and pre-aiming, but also how he uses sound. He clearly hears this guy above him, and watch how he tracks the footsteps on the stairs, and he just perfectly centers on him and just deletes the guy. That is very well played, and I think that something that really needs to be applauded here is how good they're using sound. When you reflect on your own gameplay, ask yourself if you're genuinely using sound as good as you're witnessing in some of this gameplay. I really like the way that you're going to end up playing this edge here at this part. You have a really nice snipe here because you kind of know someone's up there from the UAV and you play it smart. That was a really nice shot. You waited, you didn't rush it, you just allow them to play into your sight, but then you get some smart positioning. You get the high ground on the people below you, but you try and cut off lines of sight from the people who have high ground from you, and this is a good strat. Once you see that person leave the high ground to your right, you start to rotate that way and start to get the high ground yourself while also collecting loot from the person you killed. I would say I would maybe prioritize getting to the center of the circle in a good position earlier, but it ends up working out because I know you're going to end up winning this game, so I'm not going to criticize it too much, but do focus on getting better position early, because right there you're in no man's land, and that type of rotation will get you killed when you're doing it that late. However, I really like how you play this part. You get weak, you get behind cover, you play it up, and then you take the high ground and you use it to your advantage. You don't rush this gunfight, you take the time to reload, you play cover extremely well, you did a nice little jump shot there, and now you know that the game is essentially in your hands. You just have to play it right. It's now a 1v1. All you have to do is just kind of take your time, get the good positioning like you have been, and one thing I'm really liking here is you're focusing on high ground and cover, and even though it didn't work out there, that was a really, really good rotation. Getting that position is the play you want to do 9 out of 10 times. What I really like there is that you instantly stimmed, because if you were to get pushed by that person, that's going to give you a massive health boost and an ability to actually contend. Rather though than getting pushed, you have a free opportunity to rotate. You use the stims to your advantage and you get the win. The only thing I would suggest to change there at the end were to be to find cover and play it up so you're full plate against that person. But you played that phenomenally. You played that game really well, and I really enjoyed watching that gameplay. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want me to review your own gameplay, if you want me to review any top players gameplay, please let me know, and I'll be sure to do future videos like this. Anyways, guys, it's been Ryan. I hope you have a good day. Peace.